So the big question is this: how can dyslexics like us create a place, a community, a tribe where people at any stage of life can come and solve any challenge, amplify their strengths, and ultimately help them become who they were meant to be? Or in other words, conquer their dyslexia. That is the question, and this show is the answer. My name's Theo Goff, and welcome to the Conquering Dyslexia podcast. Hey guys, I hope you're alright, and I'm excited to talk to you today, and I'm excited to get back in touch with you and talk to you about another step in my 12 steps to conquering dyslexia. Basically, these 12 steps are the fundamental building blocks I use to really go from a place where I felt so down. I felt like I had all the support and all the help and all the advice that could possibly be given to me. And then I use these steps to get me in such a better place with myself and with my dyslexia. So I want to go from this frame of that these 12 steps to conquer dyslexia is kind of like the place you look where you don't, for example, the place where you look where you don't want to improve your English. What I mean by that, it's a really bad way of saying it. What I mean by that is that, like, a lot of the dyslexic help out there is for reading, writing, spelling, common dyslexic problems. And with the common dyslexic problems, now I had loads of common dyslexic problems, and I had loads of help and loads of support on the common dyslexic problems, and yet I felt alone. I felt like I didn't know certain things. I felt like I couldn't process, or I felt lost. I felt like I had the best help, support, and yet this is the hand that I still got dealt, because I learned all the strategies of learning. I learned all the strategies of helping dyslexic learn, and yet I didn't learn as much as my capability was. And so what I realised, and what these 12 steps are about, and what conquering dyslexia is about, is, yes, understanding the strategies of improving your problems and getting better with English and all this stuff, but more importantly about the psychology. It's more importantly about the mindset of actually conquering dyslexia. It's more importantly about the strategies, actually realising what is holding you back isn't dyslexia, it's what you tell yourself about dyslexia. It's the stories and it's the beliefs and it's your worldview, and it's this ultimately is your disability. If you feel like dyslexia is holding you back, it's not, it's your beliefs. And yes, it can seem hard at times, but it's what you do with that counts. It's what you do with moving forward that counts. And these are kind of what the 12 steps is really about. It's a process of going forward. And this is step 10 in conquering your dyslexia. And in this step in the book, I dive quite deep into the strategy of improving English. And it's the strategy of how I went from, in 1 year, having little to no help, improved my English 500% more in that 1 year compared to 8 years of the best help in the world, and passing my C in English, which beforehand seemed absolutely impossible, because I remember I was at my dyslexic school and we were the first year graduate, because basically I was at year 6, I believe, and I was sort of looking around to go to other sixth forms. I was looking around to not sixth form, secondary schools, and I was trying to find secondary schools to go to. But my dyslexia is still a big thing, like really big thing. Like, we had to go to dyslexic school because your needs are still so bad. But then what the dyslexic school decided to do is to branch off, saying, oh no, we can go into secondary and primary school. So I was like, okay, I have to do that then, because I was the first year of that test run for primary school, in secondary school I mean. And when I was getting to the later years, like year 10 and then year 11, really doing my GCSEs, it was all kind of like trial and error. Nothing bad to the school. It's just, they knew what they had to do, it's just doing it was hard. So basically they had a lot of help and a lot of focus on me trying to pass certain things and saying, what can I pass? And they put me in for functional skills level 2 on English, with a lot of help and a lot of support. In this thing, okay, let's really cross our fingers and work really hard on Theo, see if he can pass this. And bear in mind, there's loads of other people that should try and do that too. So I I was miserable. I didn't like working on my English, and I did work hard on my maths and science. I did, but on my English, it was hard, and I just couldn't get it, and so barely scraped past with functional skills, which is the best kind of like, basically is the test where they had where they could have the best workarounds for me. So anyway, I did that, but then when I went to my sixth form, they kind of agreed with me the first year at sixth form, saying, well, you don't have to do your GCSE English, we understand you. The second year of sixth form, because that school was changing to a Harris Academy school, they said, no, you have to do a GCSE English. I didn't like that one bit, and I argued and I was frustrated. And then it clicked for me, as you know, it clicked for me saying, oh, what if I could improve my English? What if I could break through all these barriers and things that are stopping me? And then I got obsessed with improving my English. Now, the reason why I say this isn't just talk about myself, but to say this like saying, look, there's fundamental steps that happen that you can relate to, about feeling like you've had a barrier the whole time stopping you back, and you realising the ultimate potential, saying, what if I could improve it? What if I could go forward and actually do that thing? And that's what I said. I said, what if? And I got massively strong reasons about improving it. And then here's the thing. I remember on the bus ride home of talking to my English teacher about improving my English. I was like, okay, let's do this. And then I was thinking, what if I had a little notebook where I could write down all the spellings that I got wrong? And I was thinking, and then eventually I got my little notebook after calling my mum up, collecting it, and I got it. I was so excited. Like, yes, I can write all my words down. I'll go work really hard and I'm going to improve it. And then I was like, okay, what shall I name it? Because this is the habit I have on all my books now. I put like a little date at the start and the finish. I finish the date, kind of like start and finish. But I was like, okay, what shall I name it? And to be honest, I don't say it a lot now because it's swearing. But I found it really funny at the time. But I could F my dyslexia up. I'm not going to say the proper thing, but F my dyslexia up. And that's what I wrote down. And I wrote that down, I laughed at it. F my dyslexia up. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to F my dyslexia up. And then later I called screw my dyslexia. Now I call it muck up my dyslexia. But they all stem down from the same thing. You get the mindset of mucking up your dyslexia. You get the mindset to go to war with your dyslexia, to severely beat up your dyslexia down. Make sure you win this battle. Because I feel like I'm going to war my dyslexia every single day. And every single day up to this point, I let dyslexia win. Beat me, but now it was like now I had enough. I picture myself like in, you mean Lord of the Rings, or you mean being this character saying, I'm going to fight this person, I'm going to beat this person down. And having this mindset excited me. Having this mindset made me feel like, oh, I want to work on my English, I want to beat that villain. Because I labelled that villain as my dyslexia, not in a bad way, not in like a defeating self-esteem sort of way, but in a way in a comical sort of playing sort of way, but being a bit serious, but amusing myself. Because I know it's silly, I know it's silly, I know it's not true, there's not a real villain called dyslexia, but if I picture that, if I label that, if I see it as that's my villain, I'm going to destroy you, then it becomes a game. And really realising it's a game of improving your English makes it so much more better, makes it so much more fun. Really realising it's a game of exploration. It's a game of saying if you can win. Not if you can win, how you can win. And moving that, with that mindset moving forward, so much more is possible. So much more is possible than you ever imagine if you have the mindset of, I'm going to make this a game. I'm going to make this as I'm going to war with my dyslexia. I'm not going to let my dyslexia win. If you have that mindset, it's going to be so fun. It's going to be so explorative. And yes, it's going to be hard. But who says things being hard is a bad thing? I think it's quite a good thing. Because the more harder it is now, the better the rest of your life is going to be. Because you have to struggle now, and therefore struggling later will be easy. And guess what? In life, you're going to struggle a hell of a lot. I know I am. I know I haven't experienced the worst part of my life yet. And there's probably going to be horrible things that's going to happen. And when they happen, you're just going to take it in. But that's how it's got to be. And advice for this, like basically, in the book Conquering Dyslexia, you can get an complete free audiobook at conqueringdyslexia.net, conqueringdyslexia.net/book. Get a free audiobook, and I talk to you in detail about all the different strategies I use to improve my English. Now, am I saying this as some English method that's better than anything else? No. I'm saying this is what I used. I used intensity, I used visualization, I used all the stuff I had in my Brown school, all the stuff that I liked, that I feel worked for me, I use that on my English. And I worked extremely hard about it. And because of these reasons that I've already spoke about, and because of the mindset about going to war with my dyslexia, you know what? What was my fighting strategy? My fighting strategy was to go to school an hour early, to work on my little English. To be honest, that was my plan, but a lot of times I was tired, so I went to school late. But I was going to school an hour early. Leaving school an hour late, I'd always do that to work on my English. I'd have my spreadsheet of like not spreadsheet, but like a Word document that basically I was doing a lot of computer work, and every two to three words there's a red line underneath. And I have my phone, this phone right now that I'm using this to record this, I would speak into it, the words that I couldn't spell. For example, the word elephant. Oh, it's a red line. Okay, hello Siri. Elephant, and I would spell the word elephant, and I would take that spelling, put it back on the computer, and I would take the spelling elephant and put it onto my little notebook, in my little notebook, and then with that little notebook, on the bus to school, on the bus to my boxing, on the bus home from my boxing, that totaled up to 3 hours a day. I would work on my muck-up dyslexia booklet, or screw dyslexia, or F dyslexia, or whatever you call it, whatever excites you. And I would write on that. And I'd have 3 lines. For those of you who's watching this, I'm going to pull one of my little notebooks out. I've got, this one? I think so. Yes, I think this is one. And let me get to it, or is this later on? Later on. This is later on. Anyway, in there, I might have moved them. I've got over a dozen of these little notebooks like this size I used to carry around with me and write in it. And I had to leave like 2 lines for that word that I couldn't spell correctly. I'd see that word, I'll close my eyes, I'd visualize it intensely, and I'd see the words, and I would see the words burning in my skull, and I'll do it in a finger, I'll do this on a bus, I'll be speaking the letters out loud, like cat. People used to look at me, people used to think, this person's crazy. I didn't care. I did care at the start, but then I learned not to care. I was working this really, really hard, and 3 hours a day, 2 hours extra in school, and plus I got resourceful and I got loads of one-to-ones because I worked hard to get those one-to-ones and all this. And then I got my C in English. It was nervous. I didn't like it at all, and I remember doing big chunk of it was speaking and listening. I was good at that, if you can tell. But I worked on it a hell of a lot. So I done that, and then I done that. So I passed my C in English. I was so happy with. And then I realised later I improved my English 500% more. For example, I had the start test, and at the end 500% more. I was like, how is this possible? With 8 years in the best help and support compared to now. Mindset. Tony Robbins says everything in life is 80% psychology and 20% strategy, and that's completely true. The difference in people is their mindset. The difference in people is their mindset. It's the way they think about the world, the way they think about life. That's it. And guys, I'm so passionate about this, and sometimes you get me going just talking about this. And so you get the book, conqueringdyslexia.net/book, completely for free. And also, I'm doing this challenge if you're really interested in it. I learned to read a couple months ago. I've read almost 4 books now. I'm starting this challenge with me and a couple of friends. Finish the book challenge. Now, finish the book challenge is where a month you can start. Like, this is for people who haven't read a book in their life, or tried and failed, or never been able to. So start and finish a book they've always wanted to read but never been able to within 30 days. Start and finish a book within 30 days. And this method is unbelievable. You go to this app. You are 2 seconds. I'm doing this right now. I didn't plan to say this, but this is a challenge that's happening now. So if you listen to this months later, some form of it will be up, but maybe not this form. So finish the book, c.com/singing. Anyway, that's there. But guys, I hope you got some information from this, and I hope you like it. And take care, and peace out.